Welcome to Shanghai. If you've just arrived, there's a good chance you've landed at Shanghai Pudong International Airport, and your first task is how to get from the airport, which is in the far east of the city, into the city centre. In this video we're going to look at 5 different ways: the metro, Maglev, airport link line, taxi and Didi. Defining where the city centre is actually quite difficult, so for this video all journeys will end in Jing'an Temple. It's a great place to stay and it's not too far from the famous Shanghai sights and attractions, such as the former French concession and the Bund. One of the first things to explain about this airport is it has 2 terminals, T1 and T2. Both are linked by several walkways in between them, and it's in these walkways, in the middle of the two, that you'll find many of the transport links such as the metro and the Maglev. The first option we're going to look at is the Maglev, one of the only operating Maglev systems and one of the fastest trains in the world. Outside the station you'll find a manned ticket office and ticket machines which you can use in English. If you bought your ticket on trip.com app, then you can scan the QR code from the app to directly pick up the tickets. If you're buying the ticket at the machine, then you'll need to scan a QR code, a payment QR code such as WeChat or Alipay. If you're paying by cash, then you'll need to go to the manned ticket office. Once you've paid for your ticket, you'll get a physical card. Tickets cost 80 RMB for a return journey, and recently they've enabled you to use your Western credit card to tap directly to pay instead of buying the ticket. Once you've gone through a brief security check and swiped your ticket, it's then down the escalator onto the platform. The trains run about every 15 minutes, so you'll often find that there's a train already waiting in the platform with passengers boarding. Once you get on the train, there is plenty of space for luggage and you can just go and find any seat. There are no seat reservations. Riding the Maglev is a unique experience. It's a very different sensation to riding a normal train, and you'll feel how smooth it is at high speed and how it tilts and banks around corners. The Maglev was always known for being the world's fastest train, but in recent years it's been running at a reduced speed, and the highest speed that I've seen in recent months is 300 kilometers an hour. The journey's super quick and it's over in just about 7 minutes, at which point you're going to be arriving at Longyang Road. Longyang Road station is not very close to the city, so you're going to need to transfer off the train and then you're going to make your way onto the metro system. That will mean another security check, a different ticket. There are lots of metro lines connected to Longyang Road directly, in fact 4. The one that we need to get to Jing'an Temple is line 2, the green line. By the time you've bought different tickets for the train, you may have waited up to 15 minutes to get on the train and you've transferred onto the metro. It's not always the quickest way to get into the city, but I'd highly recommend it. It's an incredibly unique experience and has actually itself become an iconic site of the city. So the next option is not transferring at Longyang Road to join the metro, but actually just joining the metro directly from Pudong Airport itself. Line 2 on the Shanghai Metro runs directly from Pudong Airport to Jing'an Temple, so there'll be no need to get off the train and transfer. It's also much cheaper, only 7 RMB from the airport to the city, but it is much slower. The journey time's about 1 hour and 15 minutes. The station is right next to the Maglev station in that centre atrium, and there are lots of ticket machines outside the station. Like the Maglev, the machines have English interface and they're touchscreen, so you press what station you want to go to. For Jing'an Temple it's 7 RMB, and you can pay with a QR code from Alipay or WeChat. You can also pay using cash. Again, very similar to the Maglev, you'll get a physical card, and this card will be used for the barriers at the metro station, and you'll need to enter a brief security check before getting into the platform. As with most metro lines in Shanghai, trains are pretty frequent, and I wouldn't expect to be waiting more than 3 or 4 minutes for a train. Because it's a terminal station, it's very likely you'll get a seat on board too. Try and make yourself comfortable. It's a long journey. well over an hour, and of course you're stopping every few minutes. The next option is one of the newest, the Airport Link Line, an express line that runs directly from Pudong Airport to Hongqiao Airport. This new link line opened in 2024. It's super useful if you want to get to other cities in China. Hongqiao has its own airport with many domestic flights, and it also has a train station to many cities nearby like Hangzhou and Suzhou. Buying tickets is a similar experience to the Maglev and the metro. You need to find a machine, you can put it in English, and you use a touch screen to select what station you want to go to. For this video, and getting to Jing'an Temple, the Airport Link Line is not the most convenient. Although the line is fast, it runs very far south of the city. This means you need to transfer onto the metro at one of the stations closer to the city centre. To get to Jing'an Temple, this means transferring at a station called Zhongchun Road and transferring onto Line 9. The journey time from Zhongchun Road to Jing'an Temple is not particularly quick, and so by the time we've used the Airport Link Line, we've waited for a train, we've transferred onto the metro, it's probably not the best way to get to Jing'an Temple. The final two options in this video move away from train travel and look at taxi and Didi using road. Find the taxi rank at Terminal 2, head down the Travelator to Level 1. The taxi rank at the airport is very well managed, with lots of staff making sure that only licensed taxis are there. Shanghai taxis are in different colours, and it doesn't matter what colour your car is. The taxi journey is going to cost around about 200 RMB to get to Jing'an Temple. It's really important that you communicate your destination to the driver. A really useful feature of an app like Trip.com is to translate the address of your hotel in Chinese. Then you can just show this to the driver. Journey times in a taxi can be really variable too. Sometimes it can be as quick as 45 minutes, sometimes it might be as slow as an hour and 15 minutes, so be mindful that the traffic can get really bad in rush hour. And the final option to mention, also using road, is a Didi. Uber does not operate in China, but China has its own version called Didi. You can find the app on the App Store, and there's an English version of it. It's unlikely to be any cheaper than a taxi, but it gives you more choice because you can choose a more premium car, and you can also put your destination in the app, so no need to communicate with the driver. In recent months, it seems that the airport is trying to cater more to Didi cars than before, so they've actually set up large parts of the car park which are specifically as Didi pickup zones. Look for signs in the airport for e-hail or e-hailing. The app will suggest a number of different pickup zones at the airport, so it might be a good idea to find your pickup zone, find out what level you're on, what zone you are, and then choose it on the app. Just as with Uber, the app will keep you updated on where the driver is, and it can also track your journey throughout. Although the car parks at the airport are quite complex, the e-hailing zones are becoming more popular, and the Didi drivers are becoming more experienced in picking up passengers from the airport. And finally, if you've arrived at Pudong International Airport very late and you're feeling jet lagged and don't want to make any of these decisions, there are two hotel choices in the airport itself. Dazhong Airport Hotel has an entrance adjacent to the metro and Maglev station. Once you go in the entrance, you'll find a lift to take you up one level. When you leave the lift, you'll find the entrance to the hotel. More recently, Holiday Inn has opened at the airport. Rooms are much more modern, cost around 700 RMB a night. Both hotels are located directly inside the airport. And that was 5 ways to get from Shanghai Pudong International Airport to Jing'an Temple in the city centre. Have you ridden the Maglev, and what is your preference to get from the airport to the city? Please comment down below.